could be. This is a football show.
This is a football show. We are going to talk about football.
It's a football show.
Yes.
I think a lot of times we start this show talking nonsense, and a new person will be like, what? Right now, I'm telling that new person, stay around. We're going to talk about football.
Real Madrid.
Is that where they're playing in Spain?
No, what? We here.
We steer?
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and Perna's already laughing, so something's happened. Something has occurred.
Wonderful has happened in our world.
That's right. Suck it, Perna. Suck it.
Oh, lazy. Yeah, it sounds like a lazy thing to do, huh, Jared?
Jared 69.
First notification.
Today, son of a gun. Son of
lazy
a gun.
son of a gun.
Oh, we actually have a ton to talk about. And I also want to just say this real quick. So I love how after the draft, us at Clickbait Sports have everything to talk about. We don't do a show. Then we have George Pickens from the Steelers go to the Cowboys, another member of Clickbait. We don't have a show. And then we have a schedule release where the Packers are playing every single member of Clickbait. We don't have a show. So the professionalism is just at the tippy top here. But GPS, we never abandon you unless we have nothing to talk about. And then
those Clickbait guys, Tom and I are like, come on, let's do a show. And they said, no way.
I was available the past 2 weeks. Just yesterday I wasn't. So
yeah. Yesterday, we left the house. But it was like, okay, it was like 2 weeks ago. I think it was the day Adam couldn't do it. And I was like, if anybody just makes a thumbnail, we're good to go. Nobody volunteered to make a thumbnail. We didn't do a show. It literally came down to the fact that nobody wanted to make a fucking thumbnail. So that's where we ride with Clickbait from April to August.
I mean, once it's like, 4:45 and we're like, guys, are we doing a show today? Is that how that goes? Yeah. Yes. So we actually have a ton to talk about because of that. Of course, the schedule being released, we'll kind of go through, we'll get Perna's take on the Broncos schedule, talk about the Packers and kind of all around the league. Caleb Williams story dropping from yesterday, which is...
Packers fans had to be like, oh, I knew it.
So here's the thing, right? Because at the end of the day, Caleb Williams goes and he ultimately says, I want to go to Chicago. I want to help turn the franchise around, which ultimately does not matter. However, that does not fit my narrative right this second. So we're going to put this right over here and we are going to... But here's the thing. Caleb wasn't wrong, right? Like Shane Waldron sucked. Yeah. Like Eberflus sucked. And Bears fans knew this, but the fact that ultimately still came to the team, I think that's all that matters at the end. But the fact that he was willing to go nuclear on Chicago, be like, what if I just start like crapping all over the city? What if I go to the UFL? What if I go and just start making fun of the team?
So if anybody doesn't know, there's a story, was it Seth Wickersham in his book or something?
Yes.
I don't know. But basically said Caleb Williams did not want to play for the Chicago Bears early in the draft process, right? He met himself a big, juicy KOC at the Combine, Kevin O'Connell. He wanted to play for the Vikings.
He did.
So this is just great drama for all of the NFC North. One, Caleb Williams wanted to play for Kevin O'Connell.
That's true,
did not want to play for the Bears. Was talking to his father on how they could possibly avoid the draft altogether to not play for the Bears.
Yep.
Had the idea of maybe even going to the UFL for a year to not play for the Bears so he could be a free agent and come into the league, which is actually a really interesting route players should think about taking to get to the league.
Could you imagine the ratings boost if the number one overall pick was like, I'm going to go to the UFL instead?
Yeah, honestly, like if I were somebody being considered as like a top 5 pick as a quarterback, but I fully didn't believe in myself, I would go to the UFL and just try to light it up for 1 year, really build my confidence.
Until you're behind an offensive line who doesn't know how to block and, get black. But then
That's
again,
when
you're
you just
basically the
pretend to
Bears
be hurt
anyway.
for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I got hurt.
Yeah, that's it. Oh.
So there's that. And apparently after he met with Ryan Poles,
Yes.
he felt a little better. But, oh, Lord Taco, this is a good day for tacos too, my friend.
Taco Friday.
But he was right. Like, their concerns about the Chicago Bears were 100% accurate and correct.
And I quote, Chicago is the place quarterbacks go to die. Carl Williams, Caleb Williams' father. Where's the lie?
Yeah.
Where is it?
So I
we
think
talked about this all offseason.
that's actually a good sign for Bears fans. There's a whole new regime there. And one of the nuggets that came out of this story as well is that Caleb said when he wanted to watch film, there was nobody there none of the coaches were there to watch with him. That
no one told him
Eberflus
what to watch.
And Waldron nowhere to be found when he needed to watch some game film on what was going wrong. So,
I
all
don't want
makes
my
sense.
son playing for the Bears. Yeah.
Johnny John John!
I do think that the best quote out of everything, the rookie cap is just unconstitutional. Carl Williams.
Ooh, yeah, interesting.
It's unconstitutional. So this,
Bring it to the president's desk. No more rookie cap.
you know what? Maybe Congress would actually do something about that. Maybe like, you know what? This is the thing. Did you get the autos, Perna?
You get the autos?
I'm assuming signed things or maybe in the P.O. box.
Oh, yes, Arrow Flame. I just picked those up. I just picked Flambe. Arrow Flambe. I did. Where did I put those? Oh, I know exactly where they are. But yes, thank you. Thank you for sending. I couldn't find your Twitter handle. I was going to say thank you.
Caleb Williams, I could do it for this team. I'm going to go to the Bears. See, that's all that matters at the very end. I mean, I get it. I mean, no one, I think, could argue that the Bears were not really built in the way that would give you a ton of optimism. I mean, we talked about it before Caleb was drafted of like, hey, he's, should be going into a better position than Justin Fields was, but you didn't know about Waldron. Eberflus seemed like a lame duck coach. And ultimately, it worked out, because they got a whole new regime in there. And now, like, you would think that the Bears are set up for the most success that they could possibly have.
Yeah, and that's the thing about, like, if you're remembering last offseason, sure, you could say there's questions about, Eberflus and Waldron, and those were very valid. But, like, the majority of people were high on the Bears heading into the season because of the players they had, right? Like,
we'll talk about this.
They got Rome. They brought in Keenan Allen, had DJ Moore. So you throw in Caleb Williams, like, okay, we've got a lot of pieces on offense. Defense was in a solid spot. So we thought, like, outside of, like, the coaching thing that was the disaster, that the Bears, in terms of your roster and organization, that was a good place for Caleb to go and, hit the ground running. But it's just it's one of those examples that shows like how important coaching is in the NFL. Like,
and that was
a bad coach can really screw up a good roster.
Dude, look at Urban Meyer. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that back from Trevor Lawrence. And I mean, in terms of the concerns about the Bears were too, is that they haven't developed a quarterback. Yeah. Right? Like, their most successful quarterback in the last while was Jay Cutler, who they traded for. So, like, there's also that concern. And when you have guys in the building like Eberflus or Waldron and you're worrying about their development, I mean, there's concerns right now about Anthony Richardson, right? And there was that kind of debate that was happening around midseason last year about, okay, is it Anthony Richardson or is it he's just not being developed the right way? right?
Sure.
And like it's very difficult from an outsider's perspective to actually give you that answer because we're not in there, right? We don't know what the coaches are telling them. But in this case, right, we kind of got a peek behind the curtain.
Coaches were telling Caleb nothing.
Yeah, literally nothing, which is like, holy crap. And if I'm not mistaken, oh my God, who's their backup now? I just said that there's a huge difference now and saying like coaches actually being like very directive, like here's what we want you to do. And that, so it seems like things have improved.
You want your coach to have a plan.
Just a little bit.
How do you think Ryan Poles eased their concern though before the draft? Was he like, don't worry, I know these guys are idiots and I'm going to fire them. I just can't do it right now. Okay.
She should have done that right now, though.
We're going to suck for a little bit. That's part of the plan, Caleb. Then I'm going to get you a real coach. His name's Ben Johnson. Just chill. Just chill the fuck out for a second.
Like, you're going to have to get
Don't
sacked.
Go to the UFL. You want to be a Brahmas? Caleb, do you really want to be a Brahmas? A Battlehawk?
Not wrong, Stern. Oh, don't worry. Perna's going to go on a rant. I can already tell that Perna's ready for the rant about the Colts schedule video.
That they cowards.
I could tell because in the rundown, Colts delete schedule release video like cowards. So that's all I need to know of being like, yes, I knew that Perna would have
say something about the rundown, Tom?
The rundown?
Yeah.
Anything about rundown, Jim?
Say something about the rundown?
I didn't write that.
Yeah, you did.
I wrote which team has what?
Yes, you did.
I literally got up and I was like, all right, which team has the hardest and easiest schedule, like, or path? Just do both.
Sure, this is exactly what you wrote.
Cool.
Huh.
Tom Grossi. Cool. All right, so now we're doing that now, huh? We're doing that. That's
I had to get people fired up.
That's where we are.
But here's the best part, Tom. Like it or hate it, this is the material that got him fan of the year.
I don't think it was.
I'm the reason you got there, Tom. Don't forget it.
Zach, I don't think so. I think you're going to get more. Every other year, you wind up getting an additional home game. I think it evens itself out over the years. I don't think it's going to make that difference. I think it stopped mattering once we had an additional game, and it'll matter even less when we have another game because the NFL is like, money, please.
Money, please.
Money, please. Okay, yes. So, of course, the schedule release videos came out on Wednesday. Got all those schedules out. And there was some... are you just looking at Nuggets highlights?
Look at this bullshit. Now? Look at this flop. It's not even a flop. It's just a non-contact foul, Tom.
Right, Demetrius? You get it.
No, I liked... I thought I liked the one that had the strength of schedule. I think I retweeted that. Oh, boy. I used this to organize what we need to talk about. Where is it? Come on.
Sense. Makes sense.
Look at all these Nuggets tweets.
Shane Money. I love how it's just every, late April, early May, Perna's like, I am the biggest Denver Nuggets fan that you could possibly know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Will... So we posted our Bengals video yesterday, and the joke was like, I wish there was a word that kind of sounded like Bengals to describe the Bengals messing up this situation. It's like they really bangled it, and we looked it up. We could only find Bengal. And right away, there was people in the comments, the word is bungle. The word is bungle, you idiots.
Why are you lying to the audience? I mean, already with the rundown lying, but why do you just continuously perpetuate these lies?
And Will found that very annoying. Damn it. Where's my... I'm going to find the...
Aaron Rodgers says, compare how Caleb and his dad handled it with how Shadur and Dion did, one which was more public than the other. They should all be low-key like me. Wise words, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron.
Wise words.
There it is. Hey, what the hell? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he had to literally just watch NFL tape on his own, which is not the mark of a good coach. I feel like that's pretty damning, but, we'll
usually,
see.
Like, the coach wants to watch the film and the player's like, again? More of this shit? You want your coach to be insane.
Right. See, Remy, that's the thing, because there's who is it, the Chargers that are doing back-to-back-to-back division rivals? Like, literally the first 3 weeks, right? Because they're the Chiefs, and then there's the Broncos, and the Raiders in there, too. I don't like super early division games because I feel, like you could open the season, like that's totally fine, and maybe have like 2 within the first like 6 weeks or something. But I feel like if you don't know who these teams are in September, and those division records can play such a factor later in the season in like December. So I'd actually rather you have more divisional games later because usually they mean a little bit more, or the potential for them to mean more is.
They're more interesting later in the season. I don't really care when your team plays their division rivals.
What is this about grapefruit?
Oh, it came up in our Patreon hangout. And honestly, I said I would forget exactly what the reference was by today, and I already have, guys. I already have forgotten about what the code word for the grapefruit is. I am that dumb. I did have whiskey the last couple nights.
Nice. There you go.
So I'm on vacation in my mind.
Oh, that's nice. How is it?
It's good.
Yeah, vacation good?
Yeah, mental vacation is nice.
One day. Fair observation, give Denver a 50-50 or 55-45 chance of the division based on schedule and free agency draft.
They got a 100% chance of kicking everybody's fucking ass this year. That's my take, John.
I think that's math. But
John Dewberry. Get a little dew on your berry. Morning dew on your berries? Little morning dew on the berry, Tom.
You're in rare form this morning. It is. This is peak off-season Friday Perna. I mean, we got it. Yeah, the Giants are hated. Don't worry, we're talking about the Colts. The Giants, they must have pissed somebody off, man, because good God, their schedule is not fun. The Commanders one, because we were going through it, like there's a few that, like the Eagles, that's pretty tough. The Commanders is really tough. Like there's a bunch of schedules that's like, ooh, okay, they're going to get punched in the mouth a little bit. They're going to get tested real early.
Yeah. So the Giants having the toughest schedule is a little crazy for a team that, finished bottom 3.
True, Suzanne.
But it's kind of just the way it shakes out, right? Like there's only so much control you can have. You're supposed to get the easiest of the schedule within your division. That's kind of the way it goes. But like you got to play a certain division, you got to play within your division, and you got to play 2 certain divisions. So whatever that year falls on, you're just at the mercy of timing. So I got to add this into the Giants video we're working on because, like I said last time, I'm a little high on the Giants, trying to be optimistic about the Giants.
High on their defense.
And then they get slapped in the face with the toughest schedule. But also, we're talking about the difference, too, between, like, teams winning a couple games to,
sure,
make the schedule what it is. And also, there's the mystery factor every year of which team's actually going to be crappier than we think and which team's going to be better. Like some of these easier schedules, these teams are going to run into an unexpected team or two that's actually very good this year.
Sure. And again, it's strength and schedule. It's very difficult to actually project what's going to happen because it's like you said, like there's going to be a team. I don't think a lot of people expected the Vikings to be a 14-win team last year, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you never know. I mean, even the 49ers, right? A lot of people are down on the 49ers right now, and they have the easiest schedule. So sorry. But
Bless you.
Thank you. But yes, so the 49ers, like they have a cakewalk of a schedule, but there's a lot of questions. But because they have a cakewalk, if they're decently good, they could win a bunch of games this year.
Yeah, but it's because they're, they have the easy schedule. So do the Cardinals. So do the Seahawks.
Come on, Cardinals. I got to be right at some point.
And the Rams. That's an NFC West thing. As is, you see Saints, Panthers, where's Falcons. Like, they're playing within their own shitty division. That's usually easiest schedule. Oh, yeah, our whole division has question marks. Tough schedule. Oh, yeah, this division's probably going to be pretty good.
Football. I hope surgery goes well. You get those bowels reattached.
Whoa, your bowels reattached?
You ever walk around with your bowels not attached?
No, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, football. I hope that goes well. Let's go. And then the road to recovery. And those bowels are purring.
Eat soft foods.
There you go. That's all right, Caitlin. You don't have to. Yeah, I don't have to. Week 1, Packers, Lions. First Packers home game week 1 since 2018. We got it.
There you
Opening
go.
up against the division champs. Bring it.
There's every team's schedule right there.
It's beautiful.
Let's look at old Green Bay. You guys got the Lions, the Commanders. Those
So
are two tough weeks, and then you get a
That's
cakewalk
Thursday
at
night
the
football
Browns.
too. So it's literally the Lion. Then we have the first Thursday night game. So like
Oh,
we're
wow.
going up against 2 playoff teams like
Yeah.
right out of the gate. So it's going to be an interesting test, both at Lambeau, which definitely help.
You guys got a week 4 bye. That's kind of
We
rough.
have a week 5 bye, and it sucks. I hate it.
Sorry, week 5.
I
after
hate
4
it.
games.
I hate it so much. I think the Bears have the week 5 bye with it's
Yeah.
just it sucks, man. I just don't like it because it's injuries, right?
Yeah, NFL should really have the buys just go between like weeks 8 and 12.
Quasimodo, no way the Cardinals Saints wasn't intentional.
Oh, so somebody.
Forgets the O-line? I don't think they forget the O-line. I mean, that was a pretty standard talking point when talking about the Bears and how they needed to get better. I mean, even into this offseason, that's why they address interior, need to go after a center.
Yeah.
But you saw
that's-
how many times Justin Fields was killed back there.
Yeah, offensive line's important too, but offensive lines, I think it's a pretty tough thing to fairly evaluate because there's a lot that can be changed with good coaching. You can have an average offensive line that kind of overperforms, and then there's coaching of the offense as a whole with relation to your quarterback. So if you've got a young quarterback and they can't get rid of the ball, they don't know what they're doing, your offensive line's going to suffer on top of maybe already not being talented. So,
Well,
it is tough.
yeah, they said the Microsoft thing, but then they had to reach out and apologize.
Yeah, so that like the schedule releases, the Colts and the Chargers both did Minecraft ones, right?
Yes.
Boo! Get your own idea, Colts.
The
I know you
Chargers
didn't think
one-
of that shit on your own.
God, it was
And then they had Tyreek Hill getting pulled over by the Coast Guard.
as a Dolphin.
Tyreek
yeah.
Hill was a Dolphin. The Coast Guard was there.
Yes.
And then some people are like, oh, that's insensitive. And then they took the video down. And then Tyreek Hill said he thought it was actually funny. But now the Colts look like cowards. And there's no way this current iteration of the Colts, from ownership all the way down to social media team, can win a Super Bowl with this kind of soft-ass attitude, Tom.
I think their schedule release should have just been Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson staring at each other. just sitting on the field, just in 2 uncomfortable chairs, and just having an eye staring contest and see who wins. And that's it. And you just have just the credits roll. And that's it. That's the entire schedule release. There were some that were great. I mean, I know you're not a big I love watching schedule videos. I enjoyed them. The Falcons crushed it. I really liked theirs. I think the Titans was hysterical. The Seahawks was really good too. Packers, no bias, of course. Fantastic, of course. None whatsoever. 10 out of 10. Brandon's like, I don't care.
No, I don't.
You don't. That's fine.
I
got
want
screwed
to.
on a base level. Only 6 games at 1. Well, those ticket prices will keep the hardcore fans at home.
Detroit.
Welcome to being good, Detroit. We talked about it last year. This is the price. Now, because they got a ton of primetime games. It's the Chiefs. What'd they get, 6 or 7?
Chiefs got 7, which is a
That's
little
insane.
egregious.
That's wild. And I feel like if
It's
I
too many.
I understand the teams that didn't get it, I feel like the Titans deserve to have a Thursday night football game. Number
you
1
got a
overall pick.
first overall pick, and you
Come
don't
on.
give them 1 primetime affair.
Yeah.
The Chiefs don't
Nom, nom,
need
nom.
7, and it's not
No.
even. I don't think any team needs 7. It's not just an anti-Chiefs thing.
It's a lot.
Give some of the smaller teams at least. Every team should have at least 1. That's how you actually continue to build fan bases and make your league a little more popular.
The Giants and Patriots on Sunday Night
Yeah.
Football. Somebody explain to me why that is a stronger game. I understand the history. Those rosters are not the same.
It's
come
like
on.
the NFL desperately wants a Cowboys
Sure thing.
Chiefs Super Bowl. If you want to talk about being rigged, that's what they want. Cowboys have 6, Chiefs have 7. And I read a thing that said even Fox didn't want that many Cowboys games this season. Fox wanted fewer Cowboys games this season.
Wait, wrong anyone.
Can we not have so many Cowboys games?
We asked that. Hey, we didn't get the Cowboys and Giants on Sunday Night Football, so we dodged
that's
that
nice.
bullet. We
Take
dodged
your
that
wins.
bullet. So we're alive. We got the Cowboys, season opener, but at least we avoided that.
Which teams didn't get primetime games?
The Saints didn't get them. The Titans didn't get them, and then there was one other team that did not get it, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
This is Monday Night Football. Oh yeah, this won't help me.
Let's see.
Sunday Night Football.
Hold on.
Week 13, Broncos Commanders. That should be a fun game.
Yeah.
Knicks and Jaden.
Oh, I think it might be Cleveland. I don't think has it, right? Is it Browns? Okay, it's Cleveland. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Browns. I mean, that makes sense, except for the fact that they did take the most popular 5th-round draft pick in NFL history that everybody was going to want to see play. But
I would have loved that, Professor. I think everybody wanted Lions, Eagles. I think Lions fans wanted, because, let's just go. I mean, there'll be a great game regardless, but
we couldn't get Joe Flacco in primetime once. Come on.
I'm okay without that. Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay without the.
I want to see Flacco.
Tomlin should have his Andy Reid Chiefs arc. Oh, you just leaving and going somewhere else? I mean, yeah, we've talked about that for a while. I mean, with Tomlin, of just maybe a change of scenery, because I do think Mike Tomlin is a good coach.
Yeah, but he got his Super Bowl win with the Steelers. Reid never got it with the Eagles.
So I'm wondering if maybe what team fits best. I think
he just goes to the Chiefs. Andy Reid retires and Tomlin goes there.
I got my quarterback now. Are you happy, guys?
Yeah. Tomlin to the Buffalo Bills. Oh, Bills fans, would you rather continue on with McDermott or would you take Mike Tomlin now? Oh, I feel like your complaints about each coach are going to be the same.
Yeah.
It's like they don't elevate the team once the postseason comes. Interesting.
Chiefs face Eagles, Lions, Commanders, Ravens, and
Texans. Ooh, Tomlin
Arrowhead.
to the Bengals. That's actually pretty
That'd be
funny.
fun. I would love Tomlin to the Bengals. Eagles never home back-to-back with arguably harder schedule. NFL bitter. No, I feel like the Eagles have a very tough schedule. The Chiefs is not a walk in the park either. But the Eagles, I feel, they have a little bit of a tough one. But they have the reason I'm not concerned about the Eagles because I think they have the roster to face a tough schedule. Right? Like the Giants, again, their defense, their offense, a lot of question marks. I don't know if they have the roster to deal with the NFL's hardest schedule, sitting here in May. But it's going to be a time.
I like down here at the key for this schedule, it says YouTube Brazil. So there's a special color for just the one single game for YouTube Brazil.
That's right.
All right. Who has who had the easiest schedules? What was that?
49ers.
49ers, right. Yep. Okay.
Bengals, Packers, though. Come on now. Bengals, Packers are going to be great. They're going to be great. That should be a really fun game. I mean, just both offenses alone. I think it's going to be real, real fun.
So Broncos, Raiders, Thursday Night Football, Week 10. Okay, that'll be nice.
Hey, more importantly, there's all these primetime games. Who cares, Brandon? There's only one game that matters.
Broncos, Packers.
That's right. Late in the season. Because that's Week 15, my friend.
Ooh, right there.
And we're at Denver. I don't like that. Why don't you come to Green Bay?
No, come to Denver.
We did that already, and we lost.
Yeah, you're going to lose again. What's our bet?
And this actually works because is it right before the Christmas game? Right? Because the Christmas game, if the Packers...
it's 2 weeks before Christmas.
Perfect. So if the Packers lose, I got to wear a Vikings jersey on Christmas during the Vikings-Lions game. And if the Broncos lose, you got to wear a Chiefs jersey during the...
Right.
Chiefs game on Christmas.
Are those little money symbols on the Christmas games? Are those money symbols? Dollar symbols?
It looks like it, and I don't know why.
It's like Christmas. These teams are going to make fucking money. Oh, it's probably because it's behind a paywall, maybe?
Oh, because it's on
is?
Netflix and stuff,
Is it paywall?
right? Is that
I
why?
just like the idea of like this shit's going to make bank.
Yes, because it's Dallas, Washington, case. Yes, yeah. Because Dallas. Wait, no,
What Broncos Chiefs? What are they on? Netflix or Prime? I think that's Prime, right?
might be. Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know, man. There's like 18 places now you have to go to watch games, so no one's ever happy about that.
I'm gonna invent an app that you pay $40 a month for, but you get all the games.
I don't
it just
think
feeds you illegal streams to wherever the game is.
Oh, okay, that's what. Okay, I was gonna say
But
legally.
there'll
I don't
be
think
once there'll be a layer removed where legally I'm okay.
I don't think. I think because you just said that. I think. That's
Habeas
not
corpus. Nope, I got it.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think it. Who gets further? The Packers, the Broncos tags the other house with their team logo. Yeah, I'm gonna spray paint Brandon Perna's house.
I'm gonna go to Tom's new house and desecrate it.
Just to put a big old Denver.
Yeah.
Thing. I mean, the Packers are obviously gonna make it further than the Broncos.
An actual way to do that would be to get like one of those yard signs of like a Broncos yard sign or a Packers yard sign.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like to go crazy, you have to have a flagpole installed at your home, and you have to raise a Broncos flag every morning.
Just reel it up every morning for GPS. That's it.
And you have to salute it.
Nerdy Jake, a huge congrats to you and your husband.
Nice.
Just got your son.
Ooh, yeah, first day home.
Fan. Let's go.
It's always a crazy day.
A huge congrats to you and yours. Let's go. Let's go.
Good job on making the baby.
Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go.
You got a baby?
Yeah, I don't
Now
think.
your life's going to change.
Derrick Henry also getting very specific stat here. The highest contract, right, for running back in his 30s. So that's a change. But yeah, getting a nice extension there. He's going to be playing, I think, through 2027?
Yeah.
Or until 2027. But it makes all the sense in the world, right? Derrick Henry was a monster. I don't think that there's been a time where it's really shown that he's like slowing down significantly.
No.
Like he is still going to be a viable player. And yeah, I think that that's a good move for the Ravens.
Dude, I'm like, what is Derrick Henry's decline in production even look like? Because he had 1,900 rushing yards last season. So if you're talking about a 30-year-old running back, or 30, he's going to be what, 31 this year? You're going to talk about him declining? Is that 1,500 yards? Like, is 1,500 yards for Derrick Henry next year a disappointment?
Dude, he's been under 1,000 yards once.
And he was hurt, right?
That was 937 yards on 219 carries. Like 2017, he had 744. 2018, 19, 20, at least 1,000 yards. Had 2,000 in 2020. Like almost had 2,000 last year. So
he averaged 5.9 yards per carry last season, most of his career, which just shows you how much better the Ravens' offensive line was, even compared to when the Titans' line was very good.
Yeah.
So, like, if he goes back to, 2023 form, close to 1,200 yards and 12 rushing touchdowns, is that a bad year for Derrick Henry at this point?
Everybody behind Derrick Henry should do better, right? Like, when they pull him out, it's like, okay, good. Like, you have him as the featured back, and have a nice day. Can I grade Perna's Bronco essay?
My Bronco essay?
What? Who? Huh? You write an essay?
No.
I'll grade it.
Supposed to?
I'll grade it.
What's the record for most 1,000-yard rushing seasons for a 30-plus-year-old running back? That's what I want to know. We need a guy. We need a stat guy who's like,
what's he at?
6.
Where's Frank Gore at?
Yeah, I feel like Frank Gore didn't even get good until he turned 30.
So he was 20. Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, that's not it. He had when he turned. So when he was 28, 1,200 yards, 1,200 yards, 1,100 yards, 1,100 yards when he was 31, 967, then 1025, 961, and then those last 3 years it was 722, 599, and 653. I imagine Derrick Henry's going to break all those records because he's just
most
or Jeffrey
1,000-yard seasons for 30-year-old NFL player. Let's see here. Damn it, Jerry Rice. Okay. 30-year-old
what did AT
NFL
do?
running back.
Maybe Adrian Peterson.
Maybe.
Let's see. What was he at?
It says Frank Gore has. I hate the AI search. It says Frank Gore 9 such seasons after 30. I don't think that's true.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? The AI is so great. It's so good. It's
John
just
Riggins had.
close game, Jed. Close game.
God damn it. How many? We'll see. Walter Payton.
As long as it's not a Tommy DeVito repeat.
Emmett Smith. How many did Emmett Smith
It's not
have?
Adrian Peterson, by the way. Yeah, he only had 1 after he turned 30.
Huh.
So, wasn't him.
Curtis Martin had 1,600 yards at age 31. Tiki Barber, 1,600 at 31. Walter Payton, 1,500 at 31. So Derrick Henry, he's got to get over 1,697 rushing yards to have the most for a 31-year-old back. That's his new mark.
Okay. Fair.
There we go. Let me just...
Yeah, we talked about this already, Brandon. Well, it's because a book is getting released. So obviously when it's publicity for the book that needs to get sold. That's why this story's coming out now. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of a nothing story in the sense of like, it's done. The people who did that are gone. He went to the team. He wasn't forced to go to the team. Like they said that they were going to draft him regardless, right? But at the end of the day, him coming back and saying, okay, I'm going to go there and see what I can do. It ultimately doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
another part of that too was like, it wasn't just the film with Shane Waldron. I think the quote from the book was Caleb said, Shane Waldron spent more time watching me in the shower than watching game film with me. I think is a direct quote.
I don't think that.
Yeah, there he was like, Shane Waldron just kept watching all of the guys shower. That was part of the book, per Seth Wickersham.
I don't think it was. I don't know.
Caleb said Shane Waldron could draw my penis from memory. And that's just a quote from the book.
I don't know where that is. Maybe in the appendix or.
He said it was weird how Shane could describe it to me.
Football, you got shot? Good God, man. Okay, yeah. I hope the bowels get reattached. I hope that good God,
You got shot
man.
in the guts?
Oh, what is going on this Friday? Brandon's off he's off. We got
Emmett
people
Smith
getting
with
shot.
3. There we go. Oh, damn it. Here it is.
What are you
Thank
doing?
you, Kevin. Emmett
There you
Smith, 3,000-yard seasons after the age 30.
There you go. Thank you for actually giving the thing. But all right, football. I hope things get back together. Good God, man. That's rough. Can you put the Denver Broncos helmet back on the shelf?
Oh, yeah. I got to do that.
He's not going to do it. I'm sorry.
I knew this was going to be asked today, too. I had a premonition. Premonition.
The Falcons schedule. I know we're all over the place right now, but the Falcons schedule release was very good. I agree. I
didn't see that. Speaking.
I never thought I'd see you doing yoga. Only happy people do yoga, coach.
That's the happiest you'll ever see Belichick.
Yes, Justin. Listen, they would crush.
I
it.
had to do yoga to be able to fornicate with my 23-year-old girlfriend.
That's
what I would have said.
That's something. Yeah. Also, the Jaguars for one of their posts. It was all through AI. So, boo.
Who did the Browns did AI, right?
Yeah, that was weird. That looked like it was AI, and it did. That was a strange.
The Bills did AI. That was pretty good.
That was fantastic. So it's when I was going streaming, they're like the Bills use AI. I was like, boo! But then I was like, that's pretty great.
Because it was Allen Iverson.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The first AI.
It's pretty good. How bad does it hurt watching the North beat themselves up so much that they can't even play to show up in the postseason? It does not hurt. I think it's funny as hell because within the NFC North, especially last year, the fact that you had 3 competitive teams, and even at the end, like the Bears beating the Packers, like they're like, that's our Super Bowl. And then the Packers lost. Like they got eliminated immediately. The Vikings got their ass kicked. The Lions lost. And nobody. So after all the crap talk that we talked to each other all season for not a single one of our teams not to win a single game, it's pretty great.
I think that's a fallacy. I think I think playing tougher competition during the regular season puts you in a better position to succeed in the postseason. Now, the caveat there is if it's the style of football within your division is very physical,
that makes sense.
Then it becomes about injuries, right? It's not so much that you're playing good teams and you're kind of cannibalizing each other in the win-loss record. It's just like the physical toll of those games. Now, there's also something to be said if you're a very good team and the rest of your division sucks.
We did talk about it.
Then that's nice. That helps you secure your buys and all that stuff. We saw the Patriots do it for years. I feel like the Bills have taken advantage of playing in a dog shit division for the last several years. The Chiefs have had that advantage as well. And I don't think playing an easy schedule necessarily hurts you, assuming you're an actual you're a talented football team.
Well,
you just be healthy.
I understand what you're saying.
Be healthy when the postseason starts. That's the biggest thing for any team.
And sometimes it is just matchup, right? Sometimes that's why you could be the best team and have the number 1 seed. And look at the Lions last year, right? But you look at their health, right? Their defense was never
they
healthy.
were wrecked.
But it's also, hey, dude, Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, they were on one. They played a phenomenal game against Detroit and they showed up. And that's I know there's some folks who were especially this time of year, right? Because you have the NBA playoffs going on, you have the NHL playoffs going on. But that's also why I love football, because you could be the best team every single week. But the one week that another team shows up more than you do, that's it. Look at the Patriots. They won every single game, right? Yeah. Got to the Super Bowl, about to be undefeated. Giants are hey.
Yeah, they had a defense that could get to the quarterback, without doing anything crazy. They just send their guys and they could get pressure and slow down the Patriots offense. So to the Lions and commies, Washington can score a lot of points. And that's really the only way you could hang and beat the Lions last season. Your offense had to be able to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
Then you can take advantage of, Detroit's defense.
I agree, Omega.
But if the Lions play the Eagles, they probably lose because they're another team that could score a lot of points. Lions-Rams would have been an interesting matchup, but, you're right. That was a favorable matchup ultimately for Washington because they could go blow for blow with all those TDs.
Have the Cowboys and Jerry be forced to watch the Eagles raise a banner? There you go, Eagles. There you go. Well, there's some beef, too, between Eagles and Commanders fans. Commanders getting a bunch of primetime games, too. I saw there was some beefing going on there. There's something there. Dude, it's the Ravens' first month. You know who gets the schedule that... The first one I saw was holy crap, was the Cleveland Browns. Dude, their schedule, and I know that there's a lot of question marks on who the hell is going to be their quarterback, but it is not fun.
Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit, Cleveland. You're going to start 0-4.
That's a rough first.
Then you got the Vikings, then the Steelers. You might not get your first win until week 6. Then you got Miami, New England. Those are TBD. If I'm the Browns and I'm going to start either Dylan Gabriel or Shadur Sanders, I'm going to do it week 6 at Pittsburgh. I'm going to let Joe Flacco get the shit beat out of him. Cincinnati might not have Trey Hendrickson. So Joe Flacco, actually, you guys could upset, dude. If the Browns have Joe Flacco,
if Cincinnati
throws
loses
4 touchdowns and the Browns beat the Bengals 28-27 or 35-34 week 1, and Trey Hendrickson's not playing, that's going to be a huge story.
If Cincinnati loses week 1 again,
they might, dude. They might. I'm kind of rooting for it if Trey Hendrickson's not out there. If he's out there, go Bengals.
Sure.
But if he's not, I'll rock with you, Cleveland. I know you guys get mad saying I talk too much shit about the Browns. I will rock with you if Trey Hendrickson not on the field.
Music, I do. Yeah, because that was, I think we were ranked. Actually, I have it written down. Our run block percentage rate was 71%, but that's ranked 23rd in the league. Our pass block win rate was 67%, which was great. But I think going and get a bunch of O linemen, we don't run the ball. The Packers run the ball.
So you said Baltimore. They start at Buffalo.
Yep.
Then they have Cleveland.
And they have Cleveland,
Detroit, Kansas City, Houston, Rams. So that first 6 weeks, they got one game where you fully believe they should be favored, and then the rest are like, all right, that's tough.
Gonna be tough. Then they got to buy at least, but yeah, that's a tough open.
Who has the toughest September? Let's see here.
Cleveland has to be up there, dude.
Cleveland?
Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit. Like that sucks. There's nothing fun about that, especially if you don't know who your quarterback is. Like,
yeah, Packers have a tough first 4 weeks with Detroit, Washington, and then possibly Dallas.
Yeah, and then they have the freaking bye right after. I hate it so much. We come out of the bye, and then we're Cincinnati. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
The Chiefs have the Chargers, Eagles, and then they get the Giants, and then they have the Ravens.
I will say, not even as a, I've tuned in bits and pieces. Dude, that Nuggets Thunder series.
Oh, good, man.
Dude,
it's a great series.
Full swing. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
We did.
It feels like whoever wins Nuggets Thunder is the favorite to maybe win it all.
That's fair.
But then the Nugget, like if the Nuggets win, then they have to play the Timberwolves, and Minnesota just kind of has the Nuggets number. So that worries me a little bit. But dude, like watching last night, somebody asked like how much Nuggets basketball do you watch? And I say religiously during the playoffs. I'll watch some of the games during the season, not too many, because football. It's all there's just too much sports for me to reach out and do another one. Once football ends, then I'll catch a few Nuggets games. But like last night, I was thinking, all right, so this could be they're in the second round of the series here. It's going to go to Game 7. That's 14 Nuggets games, basically in what, a month and a half, a little over a month. That's almost an entire NFL season's worth of games. You know what I mean? In terms of like you're committing to the 2.5 hour thing where you're watching. Yeah. So I'm like, I feel like I'm getting a full NFL season's worth of entertainment just via NBA playoffs. And that's why I also
love it, because like May is usually things start to like die down a little bit, and like the past few years like been really getting into hockey. You get to watch both. It's great. Wario said,
honestly,
Perna said last year he wrote an essay on the Broncos in grade school.
Oh, I did. I can't find it.
Oh, well, there you go.
I mean, I actually wrote I wrote a thing about the Bills, the comeback win against the Oilers.
Oh, there you go, Alex. Just put poopy caca at the end of all of your search queries.
When you watch the NBA, like if you want to complain about officiating,
it's true.
Watching the NBA actually makes me appreciate NFL officiating.
Oh my God, can we talk about something speaking about the NBA?
Yes.
I don't know where you stand on this. We've never talked about it. The NFL should not and does not need a freaking lottery. Please, God, no.
Oh, the draft lottery?
I'm Schefter coming out and saying that stupid ass crap. You had some talking heads being like, oh, it'd make the ratings even higher. No. Especially after what just happened with the NBA lottery. What was it, a 1.8% chance that the Mavs, after trading away an all-star player, that they got the number one? Like, brother, no. No. We don't need it. The way that they do the draft is fine.
Here's where I think it would actually make sense, though, Tom.
No.
Here's where I think it would make sense. This last season, the top 3 teams drafting, they all had the same shitty record, right? They all won 3 games.
Sure.
Instead of debating about strength of schedule and all that bullshit, if the top, any team picking in the top 3 or 5, if they have the same bad record, then you can do a mini draft lottery just to determine those 3 teams. So it would have been
I understand what you're saying.
Tennessee, the Giants, and Jacksonville.
Cleveland, technically, right?
Cleveland. Yeah, because of the trade. Yeah. So they all won 3 games. So if you wanted to do a mini draft lottery just to determine picks 1, 2, and 3 for the tie teams and turn that into a thing.
But then so I feel like that's one, so subjective, right? And like how many teams do you include in that? But 2, also.
No, it's just a tied record for forever the top 2 or 3 spots. And if God forbid 4 teams were like 3 and 14 last year, you do it for 4. But it would never exceed. It's only for a tie for the worst record or records.
See, but the problem with that is the way that they do those tiebreakers, right? Depends on conference games, divisional games.
Like I'm saying, who gives a shit about that
so you're
stuff?
Saying that kind of takes that away. But again, that's super. What if there's just, for the next 6 years, there isn't tied? Like you just don't have one?
Yeah, then you don't do it. It's not a thing unless that happens.
I feel like that they wouldn't do that.
No, I mean, they'll never do it anyway, but...
God, I hope they don't. I pray that they don't.
Nobody likes the NBA draft lottery.
It's just dumb, man. And it also... what doesn't make sense to me, because, again, I will be very clear. My watching of the NBA starts in, like, April, May, right? Just because during the football season, I can't. Bucks and 6, not a great season. But... ultimately, like the fact that the more you learn about the NBA and they took away the transparency of the lottery, of like them pulling the numbers, like I don't know whose bright idea that was, but it's like when we talk about the NFL, right? Some of the things that the spring leagues do really well is there's that full transparency. So like you see what the refs are seeing when they're looking at a challenge, right? Or they're looking at an instant replay, and they are giving an explanation as to why this is whatever. Like further ruling. The more transparency within a game and through the process is only going to help, because otherwise you have what's happening with the Mavericks right now, and everyone's like, wow, that doesn't smell too good. I don't know if that passes the sniff test. Are we just scrolling through your feed now?
I wanted to get to Peter Schrager responding to me, Tom.
Got it.
I got him. He hasn't followed me yet, but he'll come around. He'll come around.
Best game of the year? I feel like Eagles-Lions is up there. I feel like, Bills-Chiefs will always be good.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Bengals-Broncos in primetime is going to be a good game.
Should be fun.
They keep the Bengals-Broncos primetime is becoming like more of a thing. And last year's game was insane. So maybe that will be a sneaky good game.
Well, it's also a really good offense against a really good defense, right? Like that's just going to be fun in of itself.
Hopefully. We assume.
How do you feel about your schedule?
Fine.
Yeah.
It's
You just did Witty.
Where is it? Let me go to it.
And again, I don't know if this is like them trying to soft launch it and see, but no. The NFL does not need a draft lottery. No.
I just think they're bored.
Yeah, it's the offseason. They're like, we've been without football. We need something.
We got a night. I think it's a good start. Tennessee, Indianapolis, win. Chargers game, gonna be tricky.
The Chargers, that's a 3-game stretch, which is tough. Chargers, Bengals, Eagles.
Yeah, Chargers, Bengals, Eagles is tough, but we'll beat the Chargers. We'll beat the Bengals. Probably lose to the Eagles. Then we get the Jets in London. That's a bye. Giants, bye. Cowboys, who knows?
So Cowboys,
Texans,
solid. Raiders, Chiefs. Like that's a tough 4-game stretch.
Nah.
The Raiders always play you tough. The
Not
Cowboys
anymore. The Raiders are good now, which means they're going to suck against us. So, logic.
Yeah, that's true. We're going through right now.
Yeah, I think the Broncos' schedule. They face overall it's an above 500 schedule, so that makes it a little tougher. But it's sprinkled in nicely.
Lambeau.
It's after every like tough stretch or series, either got maybe a team you think you can beat, or you get your mini bye, you have your regular bye. Like it's not the worst
the
schedule.
Jaguars are good. Like that 6-game stretch to end the season is not fun.
But nobody's is really.
The 49ers not bad, but yeah, but it just seems like you're playing 1, 2, 3 playoff teams from last year. Yeah, that's just. I'm not saying. I just think it's not a cakewalk.
No, I don't think none of it's a cakewalk though.
Yeah.
And if you can't beat those teams, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. So the Broncos benefited from an easy schedule last season.
Sure.
And that was not like the best time to have an easy schedule is if you have a rookie quarterback. That is the number one favor you can do a rookie.
Oh, he's going to pick the Broncos Super Bowl easy. That's not even a...
Yeah, give me another Broncos Super Bowl.
I will say, speaking of the tough within your division, the Chargers, when we were going through every single one of these schedules, dude, so after their bye week in week 12, they got the Raiders week 13, the Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, Broncos. Oof.
Yeah, I hope they lose them all.
That's a tough way to finish. Like, their schedule is not too bad before that, but that could be challenging. So, let's go. Hey, enjoy those Elephants. Let's go.
Iron sharpens iron.
The Bo Lever is going to have a better record than KC. We'll see.
I mean, I doubt it, but anything is possible. AFC West is going to be tough. Somebody's going to flounder in that space, and I don't know who it is. You don't believe it's going to be the Chiefs, right? I would love for it to be the Chiefs. I think Raiders and Chargers fans agree. But the Chargers, Raiders, or Broncos, one of those teams is going to disappoint. Like, that's just math.
Yeah.
There is a chance they could all be good, but it's hard for four teams in the same division to all have like winning records and be competitive. Like, injuries could get one of them. Just underperforming. Like, Bo Nix could underperform. Geno Smith could underperform. You just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I feel like for the first time, it's like I feel good. And my confidence is based on like actual merit from last season.
You're not just pulling it out. Because at the bare minimum, right, even if Bo plays the same where he was last year, you got more weapons. You should have a run game now, which was
if RJ Harvey and the run game's good.
Really good.
Defense is better.
They're at home.
But I still don't trust Vance Joseph. Like, last season was awesome. The Broncos defense was so opportunistic last year. I wonder how the offense is going to look if the defense doesn't get as many like turnovers and defensive touchdowns. Like, they had dynamic plays on defense, but their defense had some flaws. And we got our ass kicked by the Bills in the postseason. Like, that's closer to who the Broncos really were last year. It's like, they took advantage of bad teams.
Yep.
Good teams they could be competitive with. They lost, the heartbreaker to the Chiefs, but they also got rocked by the Ravens last year. They got rocked by the Bills.
Yeah, Nick.
The fucking Bengals game was a heartbreaking loss in overtime, but they hung with them. So like, as confident as I am with the Broncos, like, I don't know who they're going to be this season. You're assuming they're going to get better in a lot of areas, but we'll see. That's why it's fun. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, you look at your offense and it should have improved, right? Like,
should.
Defense.
Evan Ingram, RJ Harvey.
Yep.
Bo Nix in year 2.
Yep.
Pat Bryant, if he's good.
The AFC West is going to be fun. The NFC North is like, both our divisions are going to be super fun this year. Like, I think it's going to be a really competitive season. So,
it's going to be
great.
Every NFL season's ultimately pretty good.
Good morning.
We'll bitch about it,
I will say, because we went through all the primetime games,
Hi, Michael.
knock on wood, but the primetime games look pretty good this year.
There's a solid primetime. They did right.
They look pretty darn good. So, I'm excited.
Outside of the 7 Chiefs games, but
using player ref mounted camera angles. I wouldn't be surprised if they do some gimmicky stuff, but I don't think I don't know if
I want the jockstrap camera.
I don't know if it's going to be a huge impact.
Shane Waldron also supports the jockstrap camera, so me and Shane.
Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
Now let's tune in to Caleb Williams Junk with Jockstrap Cam.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by. What do I got today? Nothing.
Nothing.
Nice. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to Boulder. We're going to Boulder.
Ooh.
Get out, enjoy the nice day, and then
nice.
I think Monday I'll have my Giants video.
Oh, so nothing all weekend.
Yeah, I got a Giants video coming. Well, I'm gonna stream Game 7 Sunday.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nuggets Thunder. It's at 1:30 Mountain Time, I believe. Sunday. I'm gonna stream that game.
Oh, it's a day game?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Be nice. So come hang out Sunday.
A night game.
And we got a Browns video, and we're working on a Rockies video as well. Rockies. They're doing the opposite of the Nuggets.
They are.
Bad.
They are.
Bad.
It's not good.
What do you got, Tommy?
I didn't get a chance to do every fan's reaction to the schedule release, so I'm going to do that today. That's going to be out later today, and of course Friday night Q&A. We'll rock with that. And then
Every fans reaction to OnlyFans reaction to.
there'll be a
Belichick.
Packers schedule video next week, kind of just breaking down what I think their record is going to be. I got a few things that are in the works, so we're working on it. And then next week, I'm going to start filming for Coach. So,
ooh,
final season begins. But folks, appreciate the hell out of you. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you later tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and you have been navigated. That was smooth. That was
Give me a Knicks Nuggets finals,
dude.
That'd be fun.
That game tonight. That game
Go
tonight
Knicks.
in New York too. MSG is gonna be crazy.
Nobody wants to see the Celtics move on. Get them, Knicks.
We'll see.
Also, don't let Timmy Chalamet down.
Timmy Chalamet
Or Sam Morrill.
Timmy. Lisa Al-Qaib.